Ladies, gentlemen, and young ladies, hello everyone, welcome. In this new conference, Geopolitics, dedicated to current events worldwide. On the Ivory Coast side, while yesterday the results were broadcast by the website abid.net even before the polls begin. So this created a stir without previous shaken the Ivorian nation of so that the IEC, the Commission Independent Electoral Body, has decided to file a complaint against this obviously media called Abidan.net. A media extremely credible, it must be remembered. That's what it's all about. So the elections are this morning. Ivorians in a gloomy way. Some are going to vote. The opposition called for a walkout in the street to walk to say no, there is no election and so on. During this time, the legal case against the Abid.net is making waves. And so I have the press release. Let's see the press release. And allow some to understand that the matter is really serious. And then these results which were broadcast, which even before the election takes place, it undermines the regularity of the election. That's because they all have the figures that are there. All the candidates are placed, each candidate with his figure by region. How they did it to get this, how do they did to get, I believe that someone else must file a complaint. Well, obviously that the opposition said that there is no election. So there you go. But otherwise, in normal times, the opposition must also file a complaint. Finally, at who will file the complaint with the opposition? Before the Constitutional Court, which is in the service of the regime, in place or in front of it, what other jurisdiction? Perhaps international. There you go. But what remains clear, the battle becomes tough. The regime of Ouattara was exposed. Yes, those who until then thought it was maybe something mounted from whole room. No, you are not dreaming. This is, of course, the truth. The press release, he is here. I will read it to you. Communicated, and behind we go, come back. Leave our different opinions, comment, and therefore communicate. Before continuing, I ask you to share this conference. It must be share it as much as possible. Share it, communicate. The Binta law firm Bakayoko advises the Commission Independent Electoral brings to the attention of the public national and international that a complaint was filed against the media in Abidan.net line for publication of fake news and public order attacks audience. Yes, that's the introduction. They say for publication of false news and breaches of public order. But how is this media in line was able to access results compartmentalized until there are percentages? I said they will explain very clear because there it will be at the justice. They will perhaps explain, well, they are in the process of filing a complaint. Been filed, it is formally in the form is to show to national and international opinion. When we talk about opinion international, that concerns us. Here we are of the opinion international since I am not Ivorian. Okay, there you go. So it's to allow national opinion and international to know that not the CIS is neither closely nor remotely linked to this affair. So it was the media that did the thingamajig. The media will to explain himself before the courts. The media will try to say, no, we had prepared, we had put fake ones percentages so that when we go receive the results that we can just modify. Then thingamajig. Ah, good, that's how it goes. I have never seen this in any country in the world, even if a media wants to prepare for in advance. How? Leave it free. If it's the percentages, the figure for there, we can put that. But we don't put numbers 45, 75%. No. And then we don't declare no one wins. That's it. But it is made to drawing where Alessandra Ouattara has more than a voice compared to others candidates. Let's continue with the press release. The statement said, indeed, as of October 24, 2025, this media published on these digital platforms results fictitious of the fictitious results presented like those of the presidential election even before the actual date of the election. This false dissemination, devoid of any factual basis, constitutes a clear violation of laws and regulations governing the press and public communication in times electoral. So by this irresponsible behavior, the media concerned infringes the credibility of the electoral process. Therefore, they themselves recognize that it works damage to the credibility of the process electoral. They themselves recognize how they have fact. How did this media do for the or? These are the results. You go see, there won't be enough difference. These are the results. So they say it affects the credibility of the electoral process, is sowing confusion in public opinion, and threatens social peace. These actions constitute an attack manifests to the sincerity of the debate democratic and are likely to disturb the peace public by creating confusion within the population. The complaint filed with the authorities, competent judicial authorities, aims in particular to note the offenses of publication of false news and disturb public order, engage in criminal and civil liability of the media concerned and its managers, and to recall the sacred nature of truth information during election periods. The Independent Electoral Commission reaffirms its unwavering commitment to the values of justice and transparency and equality and so on. He has a last paragraph. Here is the press release they made. So between themselves, it's already heating up. Is it that they will sacrifice some leaders of this media? Because it's how much agreement they gave them. And then he was clever without even meaning to. The guys wanted to do the right job for them, but it turned out badly. There you go. Public opinion is already aware. What is it? What are they going to do? They will sacrifice some leaders to put them in prison, to judge, condemn them. That's such fault. If it is a legal fault, the punishment is not minor, because they themselves said that it taints the credibility of the vote. It creates a public order disturbance. So we will continue to see what happen. In any case, we will follow this file. But what remains, the regime, it is exposed, seriously exposed. And therefore, ladies and sir, that was the front page of the news.